Hey guys, it's Miss MaryJo, and we're back doing our DIY with Miss MaryJo. And today we're gonna do homemade outdoor sidewalk chalk, and this is actually sidewalk chalk paint. So instead of the solid form that you would use with the sticks and stuff like that, this you get to actually use with paintbrushes. So I have actually 2 recipes, and I'll post those on the Facebook page so you guys can kind of see that, and I'll try and put them on the YouTube channel as well. And this one we're going to do right now comes from Lady in the Blog, and I'll put her link as well so she gets credit for that, and then I'll also put the next one. The other one, it has a few more ingredients. It's 3 ingredients: cornstarch, baking soda, food coloring, and water. So 4 ingredients. But the one we're going to do is pretty easy. It just needs 2 ingredients, which is cornstarch and water. And the nice thing about this recipe is you can make one big batch and then separate it into containers. So if you want to put it, I got these handy dandy little containers at the dollar store. I kind of went to the dollar. Everything in here is dollar store. A couple of things from the local hardware store here in Minden. But we have some plastic containers with airtight lids you can use to store it. And then if you really want to you can use these cool squeeze bottles. These are the best I could find. If you can find the clear ones, I would use that with that. Otherwise, you could write on the outside what the colors are. And with this one, you would want to put this in here. Put this, once this is all mixed, inside. And then we're going to use food coloring. It did recommend using gel food coloring. I'm not sure what the difference would be. I did buy some other kind, so we're going to test that a little bit, and see what it does. So you would put the food coloring in here and then shake it up. So there's that. So I have my 2 cups of cornstarch, and yes, I know you're supposed to use an actual measuring spoon, but we couldn't find it. So we have 2 cups of cornstarch, and then we have 2 cups of water. So we're just going to put this in here. And I'm just going to use my little brush here. And you just mix it up. And I would say if you need to add more cornstarch, because it should be kind of a slightly thick consistency. You don't want it too runny. This is almost a consistency, a little thicker than milk, almost cream-like. So I'm just, at this point, I'm not even going to measure. I'm just going to eyeball it. That's kind of how I cook, isn't it? And my girls are my helpers today, so we'll get this mixed up, and you guys can see kind of And then one other thing I'm going to suggest is when you're doing this with your kids, make sure you have old clothes on, because with the food coloring, stuff like that, it can get messy. We know how that is. I'm just going to take that out. Sometimes the cornstarch gets a little caked up on the bottom. Looks like we're getting it. I want a little thicker, so I'm just going to kind of keep going with this. And actually, I just used the entire box. So, as Michaela looks at me like, what you doing? We never know what Mom's going to do in the house. And it is a little thick. That's what we get for experimenting. Add a little bit more water. So once this is all mixed, so now it's kind of There we go. There we're gonna go. A little bit there, a little chunk of it there. That's all right. Okay. So I'm gonna use the containers, and Miss Gabby's gonna hand me the containers. And I'm just gonna pour some of that in there. So it's kind of runny. It's almost like thick cream. So we're gonna start with one container. Now, because on this part, now if you put in the shaker bottle, you would probably want to, hand me a couple more, sweetheart? Get these over here. What I like about this is you're making one batch and then you can separate it and then add your colors. On the other one link I'm going to give you guys, you basically make it separately for each thing, which is okay, but probably not the most ideal. And the last one. Okay, we're going to put this to the side. All right, so now I've got my, nope, I just need these for now.
So we just use these.
So now I've got 4, I've got 3, and I'm going to use my spoon. If you guys have ever done art class with me, you know that I'm kind of messy, and these guys kind of know it too. We're going to pull this one out too. This is the liquid. So we're going to find out together what this does. It could make it a little bit runnier. We're not quite sure, so we're going to find out. What colors should we do, ladies? What colors do we have? We have teal, pink,
Purple.
orange, and purple. And why don't we do maybe
Orange,
a yellow?
pink,
We do yellow?
yellow, purple.
Or you want a blue? Yellow or blue?
We'll do blue right there.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. So we're gonna add the pink. I'm gonna do the pink over here. Now, depending on how much you put in there, it's going to depend on how dark it is. It's going to either be lighter or it's going to be darker. The more color you add, obviously, the darker it's going to be, more pigment-wise.
What do we start with?
And you just stir it up.
We start with this.
You can use the paint brushes. Completely different way of doing this. You can. Big one. So these are actually turning out pretty dark. Now I'm trying this one, the blue one is the liquid. This is not the gel form. So let's see what this. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty dark. It might make it a little bit more watery. That's kind of what I wondered, but.
This is broken.
Uh-oh. We had a malfunction. Happens in our house. So you know what? That's all right. We just shrug it off like everything else right now. It's supposed to rain. So we're kind of crazy trying to do this. That's all right. We want to make sure you guys get to see this. So I'll put that in there.
Is this good? What do you want?
Oh, very good. Very nice. Yeah. I think we did pretty good. We got them pretty good. So we're gonna cut right now, and we will take you here in a few seconds, and we'll take you out and show you how they work. We're on the front driveway, and the girls are starting to paint. Actually, it's looking really good. I mean, it seems like a watery color type stuff, but the pigment's really nice. It's pretty nice. It's pretty vibrant. Let me kind of turn this around this way. You guys can kind of see. There's Michaela in the blue. And then there's Gabby working on hers, purple. Favorite color. So I'd have to say, all in all, this is a pretty good pretty good test. If this is something you're interested in, I would go ahead and do that. It's something you can make ahead, store it. I would say if it dries out a little bit in the container, add a little bit of water and it'll reconstitute the solution, the mixture, and it should be good to go. Hope you guys take this idea and have a good time. Bye.